Hey, everybody. My name is Stacy, and I've just wanted to speak from the heart today and share the secret that I hope isn't going to be a secret for much longer so that people can start to feel better. For those that know me, I am always full of energy. I think I was born that way. When I was a kid in school, in elementary school, they used to call me the Energizer Bunny. I am always full of life. I am a very passionate person who loves my work and my family and my friends and is always just on the go. A couple of years ago, that was not the case. I was tired all of the time, and I'm now going almost 46. My birthday is in a couple of months. And at about 43, 44 years old, I really started to slow drastically. I couldn't sleep very well because I was in so much pain. There was pain from my head to my toes. It felt like I was grouchy because of the pain and because I wasn't sleeping enough. And I was fuzzy all the time, and I consider myself a pretty sharp person. I'm usually on top of things. I couldn't remember things, and I was just overall fatigued and exhausted. I basically could work a 10 or 12-hour day, but then I would have to go home, and I was pretty much out after that. I wasn't much good to my little boy, my family. It was really a drastic change from the way I was used to living. So I went to see a doctor, and this doctor said, "You know what, Stacy, I believe you have fibromyalgia." So, like the blog post says, if you've gotten here from my blog, I just did not believe that fibromyalgia existed. And I don't want to get a bunch of hate mail on this, but my belief at the time was that people said they had fibromyalgia because they didn't want to work, or, they weren't trying to live a healthy lifestyle and they were just tired or whatever. So I went to get a second opinion. And the second doctor told me the same thing. He said, "Stacy, you've got like 21, trigger points. You're very sensitive. You have all of the signs and symptoms of fibromyalgia. You need to make some changes. So change your diet, follow this, take some pills, blah, blah, blah." Okay, so let's get to the point where I don't like medicine. I don't think that taking a synthetic drug that has 50 different side effects that are eventually or could possibly make me feel even worse than the actual illness that I have is worth it. And I've really tried to bring some common sense into my physical health. And I think sometimes we as a society lose that, if I may digress for a minute. When did we stop listening to our own bodies? And the medical doctors nowadays, I love them, and I think we need them. And I think our men and women that are doctors, we have to have these services. But I think for day-to-day life, we also have to stop allowing some of these doctors, not all, but some, to just start pushing pills. My mom was ill for a long time before she passed, and she was on such a myriad or plethora of medication that this one was to counteract the side effect of this one, which was to counteract the side effect of this one. And it goes on and on. So I started listening to my body. But one of the things that one of the doctors said did make a lot of sense. They said, "You have too much sugar in your diet." So I never believed that sugar was a drug or that it had any kind of ill effects, right? Because since we were little kids, our parents gave us stuff with sugar all the time. We had treats. We had a whole bunch of stuff that had sugar in it on a regular basis. And that was never part of my belief system. But the more research I did and trying to take a common sense approach to my own health, the more I realized that sugar is a drug, and it does cause inflammation in the body. And inflammation in the body can be linked to so very many illnesses, chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia and heart disease and diabetes, and the list goes on and on and on. But today I really want to talk about my diagnosis of fibromyalgia. So I did not make a drastic change in my diet, and truth be told, I still eat sugar sometimes. Like today, I had a couple pieces of chocolate right before the video. So queso, that's not super healthy, but I think, I will eventually cut it out someday, but I'm just not there yet. With that said, I want to tell you how I got my life back. And I truly look and feel healthier at nearly 46 years of age than I did in my late 30s and my early 40s. And one of the things that has helped me, I take this nutritional supplement, and you can find this on the web. Go to YouTube. Please don't take my word for it. Do some research. But the Discovery Channel did a great documentary on a new plant called Moringa oleifera. And I'll spell that for you later. But I just want to tell you a little bit about some of the benefits of me taking this and what's happened for me. So before my diagnosis of fibromyalgia, I was in pain, I was fatigued, I was foggy, I was frustrated, I was tired, I was irritable, and many other things. But now I do not have any pain. I live a pain-free life. And for those of you watching this video that do live in chronic pain every day, I do understand where you're coming from. It is a horrible way to live, and you're just not the same person. And I just wanted to get myself back. I wanted to get myself back to normal. And one of the things that happened when I started taking this nutritional supplement, I found in my body, I lost 23 pounds without doing anything different. It just happened over the course of a few months. And I have to say that when you talk about common sense in your health, common sense says that if our bodies are functioning properly the way God intended them to function, we have the ability to fight off illness and disease and all of the things that kind of come our way every single day with all the germs and all the terrible things that can happen to us, the inflammation. And if we take a common sense approach to our own health, it makes pure sense. It also makes scientific sense that if we're giving our body the nutrition it needs to function the way God intended, we are going to live a better life. We're going to feel better, and we're going to live healthier. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a woman who lived in pain every single day and really wanted to share this experience with you. So this nutritional supplement that I started taking last year has 36 anti-inflammatories in it, which almost immediately, within days, I could tell a difference in the pain in my body. It wasn't gone in days, but I could definitely tell a drastic reduction. I was also sleeping better. I was not as fuzzy. Between 7 to 10 days, I started to get my mental functionality back. For those of you who experience this, it's kind of like when I was pregnant, and for those of us women who've been pregnant, you kind of get that foggy brain. Well, when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, at that point, I was also having that foggy brain again. And I thought, oh my God, I cannot live my life with pregnancy brain for the rest of my life. And so it was definitely something that was a welcome change back in my life. I got my energy back. I can still work 12 to 15-hour days if I need to as a busy entrepreneur. I run a marketing firm in Arizona. And at the end of the day, I still have time to clean my house and cook some meals and spend time with my son, hang out with my hubby. It's truly a blessing that I have this energy boost back. And I feel better. I feel healthy. I look better. I feel better inside. I don't have that chronic pain. And I will tell you, I do not crave sugar like I used to. I like it. I like a little piece of chocolate once in a while. But I will tell you, the cravings that I had for sugar just do not exist anymore. I could completely binge on sugar. I could eat a bag of candy. And I'm not talking a bag. I'm talking a bag of candy. Before, knowing full well that it wasn't healthy for me and I was going to have this sugar high and I was going to have this sugar crash, but I can't explain it. Something inside me just really wanted this bag of candy. I just don't have that anymore. It simply does not exist. So that's kind of my story. if I can help you in any way, I would love to hear from you. And you can shoot me an email at the following email address. It's youcan@dreambigger.co.co. So that's youcan at dreambigger, bigger.co.co. So if you'd love to shoot me an email, I'd love to share with you how I worked this health back into my life. And I thank you for allowing me to share my story. And I hope this gives some of you out there who have been suffering through fibromyalgia a little bit of hope. It worked for me, and it might work for you. But don't be fooled out there too, because there's a lot of supplements out there that's saying that they're this moringa oleifera and they can help you, and they're not processed properly according to my research, and I know what works. So email me. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.